Hi you guys, I'm going to show you a couple things about what you're going to do today. I've made you a kit for your notans, so this is the video that's going to show you how you're going to go about that. One notan has a rectangular piece of white paper and a rectangular piece of black paper, and that's the first one you're going to design. So I'm going to hopefully tip this down. Pardon me, I'm making this late on Friday night. And what I'm going to do is just do some really basic designs on this piece of black. And I'm going to make it so that I can cut this out with scissors. So I don't know if you can tell what I've done here. I've done a really simple thing, and I've done a three-tiered approach. One layer here, two layers here, and this final layer here. And you'll see what happens when I cut them out and I hinge them. So hang on, I forgot to get my scissors. All right, good thing I've got something everywhere I go. And so this week I'm going to have you working with scissors, and next week you're going to design a larger notan for cutting in class, and we're going to use X-Acto knives so that you can really dig deep into it. Scissors, you have to work along the edge, so it's just how it's going to be. All right, so I've got those pieces cut out. Now I'm going to go for these inside pieces, and I'm going to show you a couple tricks when gluing them down. So you can see how quick this is going. All right, I got all these messy pieces here. I'm going to take my white piece of paper, and you've got glue sticks in your kit. You're going to use your placemat, glue, 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 and you're going to pop that down, glue that right on half of that white sheet there. And then what I do is I put this back into there, like a puzzle piece. And I use my glue stick and I pick up this piece that needs to be glued. Now because I picked that up with my glue stick, I know that's the side I want to glue, 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 glue. And then I'm just going to hinge it right along that center line right there. And that's going to stay right there. Now I'm going to go to the next layer. And since I cut this out of here, I'm going to put it back in there and pick it up with my glue stick, which of course I'm not ready with. So I'm using my pen instead. So glue, 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 glue. And then I'm going to hinge it back along that line. So you can see it just flip-flops. And the final piece, putting this one in here. And I'm going to pick it up with my glue stick, and I know that that side is going to get glue, 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 glued, and I'm going to then hinge it back here. And so I have what's a really cool piece, and it could be, this is a great card to give to somebody, and the most important thing here, because these are all going to look kind of similar, I'm going to sign it right in the corner, and I'm going to push that one aside. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to do a square piece. So in your kit you each have a 9x9 sheet of white drawing paper, and you have a 6x6 piece of black notan paper. And so what I'm going to do with this guy here is I'm going to use my square, which I've put in your kit as well, and that's going to be my straight edge. The reason I didn't have you use your rulers is because I didn't know if you all had your rulers, and since you've got a sub today, I didn't want you like going crazy with that. So it doesn't quite reach, but that's okay. So I don't know if you can see this, but I've got 4/4 divided by triangles and triangles. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to do a design, 1, 2 design, and I think I'll do the same one over here, 1, 2. And I'm going to do 1, 2 triangles, and I'm going to go 1, 2 triangles. This is going to give me a symmetrical design. So what I'm going to do is snip, 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 snip. I'll be able to pull those right apart in a minute. You don't have to leave them hanging there, but you can. Snip, snip, and snip, snip. And now I'm gonna go cut these. Yours do not have to be this simple. These are pretty simple because I'm doing it in a hurry, and I know your attention spans are only so long, so I don't want to bore you with this. It's pretty fun. And these aren't exactly symmetrical, but they're pretty close. So this is the real trick, and on your sheet of, it's your workflow sheet, it kind of tells you how to do this. I usually estimate a tick about halfway on my 9x9. So I know that like there are points here that I'm trying to match up. So I take the big chunk of my notan and I'm gonna glue that. Well, let me get these out of here first. And I tore them, so you can do a better job than I can. So I'm gonna glue this big part down. So this big part's gonna be glued, and the points, sorry you can't see that, are gonna be north, south, east, and west, all right? And then I'm gonna do just the same thing that we did before. I'm gonna kind of put this back together, and I'm gonna pick this piece up with my glue stick, and I'm gonna glue, 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 and then I'm gonna hinge it, hinge that piece back in. I'm just gonna set this up so you can sort of see. This one got cut out of, that one got cut out of here. So that's gonna hinge over here. This one got cut out of there. It's gonna hinge back into there. And so on and so forth and so on. So I think you get the idea. The one thing I would tell you to do today while you're working is do all your gluing on your placemat. That's going to keep things much neater, and you won't wind up with purple glue all over your nice notan. So there's a nice symmetrical piece here. And again, since these are all going to look kind of similar, I'm going to sign it. I've noticed that people aren't very good about putting their names on things. So hopefully that's going to give you an idea of how to go about this process. And it's really fun, and I think you'll enjoy it. The final notan usually takes a while to cut out, so please make sure when you come to class next week, you have drawn a really nice intricate design on this larger piece. So this is the only piece that you need to take home for homework unless you didn't finish today in class, the other stuff. So I hope that tells you what you need to know. If you have questions, Mr. Fields is a fantastic notan artist, and he's right next door in the clay room, so you could always go ask him, okay? All right, have a good week. I'm sorry I missed you today, and I'll see you next week. Don't forget to pass in your self-portraits, okay? Ciao.